Hello everyone and welcome to Kentinue Music, the show that shines a spotlight on upcoming artists from the county of Kent in the southeast of England. My name is Alex Lane.
And I'm Arthur Bromfield, and today on the Beanbag we have Michael Lawrence.
Roll the titles. I honestly can't believe it. Like, it's crazy because all the prep, all of the voice notes, we've sent each other hours of voice notes.
So many.
So we've had one meeting of this in person, the rest we've done
Via Facebook Messenger.
and now we're here.
We're here. Episode 1. And we've got a guest. We've got a guest today. Who do you want to introduce the guest?
Do you know what? I might just do that. Michael Lawrence. Let's clap him on.
Woo! Welcome to our first show, Michael.
Lovely
How does it feel to be here?
Yeah, lovely, excellent,
Good stuff.
top notch.
Do you know what? So, what's quite funny is those who do not know the Michael Lawrence, we are honoured to know the guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. But little sneak fact here, Michael Lawrence is actually the guitarist in the same band as Arta, Unit 48.
Absolutely.
Now
I
calm
didn't know
down,
that.
boys. We'll plug that. We're gonna plug that at some point.
Yeah, we should put that on the back burner.
We're gonna plug that at
Put
some
on a back
point.
burner. Yeah.
But I want to get to know Michael Lawrence BC. I want to get to know the Michael Lawrence way before Unit.
Yeah.
Way before.
Yeah.
Because I have been very honoured and privileged to be asked to be a cover singer. And thank you guys so much for having me. I cover sing sometimes
Yeah.
for some Unit shows.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's where I really properly got to know you. And what's great about Michael is you're such a music head and how well you know your instrument, the guitar. You are so on it. I ain't got an instrument. I'm doing my singing stuff and my frontman stuff. And you've got Michael. You're just so in tune with the instrument. And my first question for you is, when you're younger, what made you go, Eureka, I want to learn guitar?
I can't remember. What exactly sparked it off? I remember being in primary school. Obviously, my dad played guitar in pubs a lot and sang. And one day I just said to him, I want to learn to play guitar. So God bless him. Literally a few days after that, I came home from school and there's this box and there's this one of those tiny red Strats in. Have you seen those?
I'm not sure about
Well, like a mini strap.
Yeah, like three
Oh, okay.
quarters in
Yeah,
red. I thought it was the
strap.
coolest
So
thing
he
ever.
bought you one of those?
Yeah, just he was so enthusiastic
How
about
old were
it.
you? Do you remember?
Oh, like 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
Quite
so
young.
eager
And
to
you
get
actually learned to
started.
play that?
No, I'm getting
Sorry, go on.
getting
sorry.
to that. Yeah, I took it to school for some lessons, and the teacher sat me down. He said the guitar was too small. He tried to teach me Mary Had a Little Lamb on tabs in tablature. I couldn't do it. Literally, absolutely useless. So I put it down. That was in the corner for ages. Eventually got sold. Eventually, I went on playing drums. I played that a lot. I played that religiously. Really loved it. I was listening to a lot of Rush.
I bet Alex didn't know about. You didn't know about that, did you?
No, I didn't.
He's a drummer at
I
heart,
didn't.
actually.
Well, so
Yeah, would you believe that? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
he's coming for your job.
That's probably
He's,
what
coming,
it is.
No, I'm
he's a
not.
drummer in
He's
Unit.
never gonna
He's
come
coming
to
for
my
his
job.
job.
I'm not worried about that.
So let me get straight. So you initially guitar's your first instrument,
Sort of, yeah.
and then you kind of was just like got bored of it, went to drums.
Yeah.
Does the guitar at that point just go? So you're on the drums.
Yeah.
So just quickly, because it's quite interesting, because I think we picked up the guitar at the same age, like in primary school. Do you remember what you said Mary Had a Little Lamb, and that's quite
Yeah.
funny. Do you remember what else you was learning?
It might
when
be.
you
It's silly stuff like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
This
bare
is crazy.
basics.
I'm being serious, right? No, this is true. Because when I learnt guitar, that's what we was being taught.
Right.
We were being taught nursery rhymes.
Right.
I'm being serious. It was
No
way. Jack and Jill. It was Clement, oh my
That was the first
darling,
thing that
oh
you
my
had to
darling.
learn on
Great.
guitar.
Yeah, I'm being serious. And I used to go to school with a guitar and learn nursery rhymes. And I had all the kids at school, all my friends and my parents would turn around to me and say, Alex, play something on guitar. And they'll be like, play Stairway to Heaven. I'll be like, I take your Stairway to Heaven and I raise you a Humpty Dumpty. Because that's all that I knew to
Right,
play. And
right.
that's what kind of put me off playing guitar. Because I didn't want to play these nursery rhymes.
Sure.
And I gave it up as well.
Yeah.
And was that a point of you? You didn't want to learn all these?
I just couldn't do it.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
If I could have carried on with
How old
that.
were you when you started drums? When did you start playing drums?
About 12.
And for how long? for years?
About 4 or 5 years.
Because you were playing drums at the Billabong. Do you remember the
Yeah.
Billabong Club?
Yeah, oh, of course. Remember
Billabong Jam Night. Have you heard of
course.
Billabong Jam Night?
I've heard of it. I've never been.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I've not been to this.
Isn't that where
shindig.
we met? Is that where we met?
It was.
Yeah.
You
That's
two
my
known each other for ages then.
We have known each other for getting on for 10 years.
Yes.
And I think that's where we met. And you were always playing with your dad and
Yes.
a few other guys that were there, weren't you?
Mm.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that and where that progressed, actually, after that. You started your own band at some point.
I did. I fronted my own band for a while, The Only Son. We were playing like indie folk rock, a lot of big open chords, Springsteen, Bob Dylan, Tom Petty type thing. I was writing. Yeah, I didn't really go too far.
Did you gig? I mean, you must have
Yeah,
gigged.
yeah, we gigged. Tried our hardest, tried the old original band, trying to make it in the music business thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here now, not with them. So that's how that
How long
went.
for? How long were you in that band for?
About 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
A few different lineups. For whatever reason, it didn't take off. I thought it was good.
Different members coming in and
Yeah.
out as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, but for whatever reason, it just didn't really take off.
Are you playing acoustic guitar front?
Electric.
Or electric.
Electric at that time. Bit of.
When you start doing shows around Kent and stuff, and you start, because around that time, I think there were a lot of bands around.
Yes.
There's a lot of bands around at that time. Because I'm picturing. I remember there was like the whole TTL thing, and there were shows that they were doing, training them live and stuff. And they were
Training
doing-
them live.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
and they
yeah.
put on a lot of these big shows.
Yeah.
Rochester
Because they were
Castle.
part of the whole Under Siege thing.
Under Siege,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
And there was so many
music.
bands.
Yeah.
There was so many bands. When you're doing your frontman stuff, and obviously you're going to be doing shows with other bands a lot of the time, or seeing other bands, was you like looking at some of the guitarists and the frontmen in there, and being almost inspired by them and trying to like level up a bit more? Were they making you kind of
little
level
bit.
up as a musician?
A little bit, yeah. I'm very much in my own head a lot of the time, though.
Okay.
Not to knock any. It's just I always look at my main inspirations and how I can be like them. Basically, I'm
Who
very
are
oriented
they?
that way.
Who are your inspirations? Who do you aspire to?
So the first kind of awakening on wanting to play guitar, I was playing a bit of bass at the time. I wanted to be in the back. Basically, I wasn't like, I want to be in the front, like playing lead guitar. I was playing a bit of bass. So my dad said I've got a spare ticket to see Bruce Springsteen and his folk revival band, the Sega Sessions, because my mum couldn't make it at the time. I went to see him at Wembley Arena. It was just absolutely amazing. Couldn't believe the showmanship, the musicality of the band, and that's kind of what awakened me. I was like, So I put the bass down. I want to be at the front. I want to be playing real guitar in front of the whole band, in front of everyone.
Wow.
Is-
Being a
so,
show off.
So you stopped playing guitar, but then the inspiration to pick up the guitar was seeing Bruce,
Yeah.
and you wanted to pick that back up. Is that what did you take from that concert? Did you come away from that concert and think, I want to be Bruce, or I want to be a better guitar player? Like, do you remember what you kind of took away from that concert?
Basically all of that. I was just like, that's what I want to do. You know when you have that cheesy moment, it's kind of cliche. It's like, that's what I want to do.
And that's really cool. Do you know what's interesting? I talk about like I'm one of these people that knows a lot about nothing, and I fall down these internet rabbit holes. But did you hear that Bruce Springsteen, he sold his music for
I did,
$500 million?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did, because isn't that to do with the streams and Spotify? He'd never make that much money on streams. So the only way to get the money out of his music was, I think, to sell all of his music to who did he sell it to?
I think
Was it like
Sony is
or something?
Yeah.
record label,
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
it's-
artists doing that these days.
Yeah, it's the most lucrative
Crazy.
deal in solo music history.
Complete.
Bruce Springsteen, you come away from that. Bruce Springsteen, you come away from that, and this is when you start doing your shows. You start being in your bands and stuff. How many bands were you in? Was you always a front man in bands? Did you then start to become a guitarist and someone else a front man? Like how many bands were you in?
Yeah, I fronted the Only Son, and then I did a little bit with Crybaby Special. We were a big band in Medway around that time, and then I petered out with all that as those projects came and went, and then I joined Unit 48.
And then that's
And
where
then-
we can get into it. So you guys have obviously known each other for a while. Now I remember when I first started to come on the music scene, I just came out of Under Siege, and we
Yeah.
talked about that TTL thing. I
Yeah.
came out of there, and you were one of the first people to offer me some shows because
Yes.
you've had a few bands, and I used to
Yeah.
be like the opening act for the bands.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This guy isn't around at that point. How does Michael Lawrence come into your band?
Okay. Well, it's a bit of an odd situation.
No, go on.
I was hoping you'd take over.
No.
But I was actually on holiday with my girlfriend, my fiance now, Jana. I was on holiday, and we were kind of toying with the idea of getting a guitarist on board. obviously I knew Michael, I knew a few different guitarists, but I wasn't sure who we wanted to kind of get on board. But I got back from this holiday and literally two of the other guys in the band, I won't even mention their name, but two of the other guys in the band had just taken Michael on into the band, and I got back with this like, this is our guitarist. I was like, who are you? And it was like, oh, okay, they've decided to take Michael on, and I was thinking, oh, he's great at the folk thing, and he's a bluesy folk guitarist, and it's I don't know if he's got the funk thing going on, because it was all about funk and rhythm and stuff. And
You were right to think that at the time.
at the time, thanks.
Maybe
but
still.
do you know what? It's Michael's absolutely smashed it, and I couldn't be happier. He's not skipped a practice in 5
Wait,
years.
so that's interesting. So
Yeah.
you turned around and you said you couldn't really play their sound. So did you have to? How did you learn that funky sound?
Oh, just purely turning up to practice and learning with the guys, and then learning what they're listening to. To be honest, I wasn't sure what I was getting into. It was more. I'm still not.
It was meant to be like a disco funk thing, and it kept changing with the different people that we had in it over time. But Michael's been there from the start, and he's not skipped a practice. And I'm just really glad you're in the band. So yeah.
I've got my little certificate, got it framed at home. I missed the
But yeah.
practice.
But I just think that's so that just shows the talent. Like, just quickly going slightly back, and I'll come forward again. Who are you listening to start playing guitar? Because you're lead guitar. Who are you listening to like when you're learning to get to the point where you come into practice and you have to then learn how to play funk? Because you must. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I listen to a lot of guys like Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, people like that, and kind of applying it to the funk, because a lot of that does marry quite well. Those like bluesy solos and the rhythm guitar playing, it all does marry up quite well. I'm kind of taking what I listen to and applying it to that sound. Because I didn't go away and listen to a hell of a lot of funk, to be honest.
I just think that's talent.
Yeah.
Like, that is talent.
He can
And
adapt. He's adapted. You've adapted
Yeah.
to the different situations
Exactly.
you're in. But you go off and play open mic nights, don't you? And you play different styles. You play folk and country, and you can sort of. Well, tell us more about those sort of things that you do. And you start on your own. Actually, tell us about your own solo project that you've started now.
Yeah, well, I've been playing just guitar with Unit 48 for a while now. I thought I need to get the vocals back on track. I want to show people I can sing a bit,
Yeah.
sing a few songs for people. And that's been a lot of fun recently. Been doing a few shows.
Where's your
It's
last
been,
show? Where was that? Was that?
We did the ship in Gillingham. I got a lovely musician with me, Bex Howarth.
He's a funny guy. He's a funny
Yeah,
guy.
He's
a funny
brilliant.
guy.
He's quite well known as well.
But
He's a great guy.
you
Yeah, he's a
recently
great guy.
done your first gig in 11 years, didn't you?
First solo,
Like solo
gig,
gig
yes.
in 11 years. Why such a gap?
I was just enjoying Unit 48, and I put the vocals on the back burner. To be honest, I was literally telling people I can't sing anymore. I was just no, I just can't do it. And I just thought about branching out a little bit more, doing a little bit extra. It's good money as well. Yeah,
'Cause I'll be honest, I didn't know you'd done the singing solo stuff.
that's kind of the point.
I didn't actually know.
Right.
And like and it was quite funny. Like when it came out, and there was a picture of you with that guitar doing a show at the ship. I was that night. I went to an engagement party,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and it was quite funny. The guy that's Connor, who's playing keys in my music video, Don't Want To. It was his engagement party, but I initially turned up to the gig, and I gave, because the guitar I'm playing in that video is actually your guitar that I
It is, yes.
borrowed.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So I gave.
For the music
Thank
video.
you. Yeah, for the music video, it's his guitar.
Yeah.
And so honestly, thank you for that. So I gave him the guitar. I had to go to the engagement party. I said to him, I'll be back. I don't think you thought I was going to be there. Did the engagement party, came back, and then you were there.
Yep.
And because I had to just see you do your thing, and weird enough, that's how obviously this
That's
show
how
happened.
we started,
Yeah, that is how this
But
show
it was nice
born.
it was nice to see you back on track. as
It
well.
was, and the crowd was so good to you as well.
Really good crowd.
Like, and the catalogue of songs you were playing Darius Rucker, Wagon Wheel. Darius Rucker.
Not
Rock
originally.
me and mama like a
Yep.
he was playing that.
Loads,
He was playing
loads of different stuff. Yeah.
Tina Turner, I think he was playing as well.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was playing some Tina Turner.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Proud Mary.
That's
Yeah.
it, Brown Mary.
The original
And
version.
Proud Mary. But like it was just fascinating to me. So moving forwards, you got the band, you're enjoying the band, but now you're dipping into some solo stuff. Are you going to be doing more of that?
It's good to do as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I get to be in a band where I can just play guitar. I get to do a project where I can sing as well. Oh, that's just the best of both worlds.
Are you writing at all?
I'd like to. Yeah, I am writing. It's not seen the light of day yet. We'll see. We'll see if it does.
Good stuff.
That's really cool. But honestly, I've got a question. If there was, there's a Mount Rushmore. There's a Mount Rushmore.
There is a Mount Rushmore.
But there's going to be a new one now. There's going to be a Michael Lawrence Mount Rushmore. And this Mount Rushmore is 4 people that have influenced you the most within your music. I'm gonna vamp a little bit, just let you think about it. I'm gonna do some vamping. So this doesn't have to be like a generic musician you've seen, like a Bruce Springsteen or a Clapton. It could be like a music teacher or even a family member that initially gave you that push to do music, or maybe like a drummer in a band, or a squeaky pop country singer. 4 people on your Mount Rushmore. I'm done vamping now. You can tell us. 4 people.
8 from Steps.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say what?
I was going to say that's a bit more. Yeah, go on.
Okay, I can name each artist and tell you it's going to be artists, and I'll tell you
Okay.
a little reason why.
Go for it.
First, obviously, Bruce Springsteen, for the charisma and songwriting, the sheer showmanship, just that perfect marriage altogether. That's just the best for me. Maybe not the best for everyone else, but that's what I love the most. Bob Dylan's on there as well,
Okay.
just for being weird and wonderful. Writing some of the best songs ever. I was obsessed for a long time, just absorbing absolutely everything I could by him. The next person, Tom Waits. You familiar with Tom Waits?
No, I'm not actually.
Just real kind of outside of music, a real unique voice. Just really spoke to me in a time. It was like outside of music, in a time where I didn't really fit in. I had like a job where I just didn't fit in with the people. Just really spoke to me at the time. Give it a listen. You'll know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
And lastly, we've got Shane MacGowan from the Pogues.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just for, again, being an amazing songwriter, marrying punk music into Irish funk music. That for me was another amazing live show to see as well. Probably the best show I've ever seen was the Pogues at Brixton Academy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable.
That's really cool. It's a good mix on that Mount Rushmore. That's a good mix.
Yeah, no, that's phenomenal. Wow.
Something we got to discuss then. I said you guys will plug it, but I do want to talk about the unit stuff. I have to talk about it.
Sure.
I've got two members of the band here.
Of course.
So, you guys did. Was it a few years ago? You went on a tour,
Yeah.
didn't you?
We did.
Where did you go?
We went all over England, really. Oh, in Scotland. We played one show in Scotland. We drove up to Scotland. But yeah, I mean, go for it, Michael. What do you think of the tour?
Yeah, it's an amazing experience. Obviously, I'd never done anything like that before. None of us had, so it was just incredible to be sleeping in hotels with the guys.
Yeah.
Is there any funny stories of the tour?
Yeah.
There's a few.
I don't know if you remember this. We got all the way to Newcastle. We obviously didn't bring a whole drum kit with us. So we got to the guy organising the show, and you're like, "Oh, well, where's the bass drum kit? Where's the drum kit?" He was like, "Oh, there's no drums." I was like, "What? No, there's no drums. No, come all the way to Newcastle. There's no."
Yeah, he said, "Well, I think we've got a couple of bongos."
That was it.
We've
Yeah.
got a couple of bongos. Like. And I was like, "Oh, gee, I don't know if I can use a couple of bongos."
He was so happy, bless him as well. He was just always smiling.
Yeah, he was really nice, and it turned out they did have a drum kit, and
Locked
it was on
in
the
a
fourth
cupboard.
floor, locked away. I think they didn't expect us to rock up. It was one of those things where we were on the phone to them saying about, yeah, we're going on this tour, we're doing this thing, but I don't think they actually believed us that we were going to do this tour thing. And when we got to this venue and we sort of rocked up, they were kind of like, oh, you guys are actually here. We are going to
Really?
have to get a drum kit. And luckily, there was a person renting a room in this pub in the fourth, right on the top floor, and he had a drum kit, didn't he, Mike? And we ended up
Spent ages looking for the key. It was like absolute joke.
Yeah, he couldn't find the key. We finally got this drum kit out, and it was probably like 1:45. It was getting on for midnight, and we started our set at midnight. It was
Really?
one of these places that was open till 3 in the morning. It was one of the best gigs we've had.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
I'll be honest with you, we didn't get paid to play there. It
Yeah.
was some sort of jam night, open mic night, and they let us do a full set there. But gee, it was late. We got back to the hotel late, and we was up early again because we had to carry on.
So where did you drive from to get to Newcastle?
Wow, I think it was it Norwich? We went from Norwich to Newcastle.
Norwich was like the first.
That was the first night. Second
Yeah.
night was Newcastle.
And
Norwich.
then was it Newcastle to this gig?
To Scotland, yeah, to Glasgow. when we played at a venue called the Box, didn't we? Do you remember? And that was pretty cool. That wasn't. Don't ever. If you're ever going to play a gig, don't play one there, okay? Because no one's going to listen to you. No one's going to listen to you playing. You're literally playing to an audience that are catching up their weekly shenanigans. No one's actually watching the band at all.
Really?
You're just background music if you play there. But we did it anyway.
How did you guys travel there? In a minibus?
Yeah.
Really?
We hired a minibus.
Who drove it?
I took it in turns with our bass player Lachlan at the time. We insured the gear and we hired a minibus. And we booked these Ibis budget hotels, didn't we? Go on, Mike.
Premier
tell
Inns.
us a bit more about it. I'm doing all the talking.
Yeah.
Go on, Michael.
Yeah, we stayed in your standard Premier Inns. There's like one sharing a bed.
Oh God, who'd you share a bed with?
No, not Arthur.
Could have had some stories there.
I'll go a few more, but anyway, Michael.
Not for not for the camera. No.
We stayed in these cheap hotels, didn't we? Cheap budget Ibis budget hotels and Premier Inns and stuff. It was good fun. It was 10 nights, although 2 of them were cancelled because of snow, because it was in
They
February.
were. Yeah.
Really?
Poker Loco was the first night, which was the Friday, which was cancelled. Saturday we played. Where did we play Saturday? Dartford.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That was a battle of the bands. We didn't win
Was.
that either. So the tour wasn't very profitable, Alex. I'll put it that way. If you're ever going to go on a tour,
It was a lot of fun, though.
make sure you get paid gigs, because we didn't get paid a penny to go on this tour.
So what else happened then? You said it was a lot of fun a few times. What else was fun?
That was just amazing going up and down the country with your friends. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It was good.
Down till 3 in the morning ordering chicken.
ordering chicken. But yeah, but the
Yeah.
diet
It was late.
but the diet was rubbish.
It was honestly, there was junk food after junk food, fry up after fry up. We didn't have any healthy food. It was crazy. It was a crazy. I think there was a huge crash mentally and physically when we got back after that tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite a life-changing thing, wasn't it?
And what did you travel from Glasgow straight back down?
All the way. Oh no, we stopped at Leicester. Was it Leicester? We played at the Vault. That was that
was a good one as
second
well.
last stop, and then we stopped in London. We played in Soho.
Would you go on another tour?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, were you asking me as well? Yeah, 100%. Definitely.
So is that one of the favourite things you've done musically? That's a question, actually. What would you say is your biggest musical achievement so far?
It sounds kind of silly, but I'm really happy to be out playing regularly. You know.
Yeah, that's good. That's fair.
I can't say I've never won an award. I've never supported someone huge, but I'm very happy to be out playing almost every week. That's one more of that.
You've got a good work ethic. The fact you're doing shows with the band and now you're starting doing your solo stuff, and
Yeah, that's what I mean.
you're doing the stuff with the violin or the fiddle that Bex is doing as well. You're doing some stuff with that as well.
100%.
So what are you doing in a year's time? What are you doing in a year's time? What would you like to see you've done? Like record an EP, songwriting, like or whatever. Or
I'd
go
love
on
to do
tour?
that. Unit 48 EP. I want to do as much as I possibly can.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Another tour? Would you do
Yeah.
another tour if we had the chance?
Yeah, if it comes my way, I'll do it.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Awesome.
No, that's really awesome. That's really
Good
awesome.
stuff.
So, we're gonna take a short break, but when we come back, Michael Lawrence over here is gonna show us a musical item that means the most to him. So yeah, during the break, press pause, go and get yourself a cup of tea. We'll see you in a second. We'll see you in a bit. Hold your horses. We need to talk about our sponsor.
Yeah.
We have a sponsor. So, Gravesend's friendliest micropub, the Mole Hole, aptly named as it sits tucked away waiting for you to find it, has a great selection of beers, Kentish ciders, spirits and wines for you to get your hands on. With live music and special events, there is always something going on for you to enjoy while you sample their great selection of drinks. Plus, with their very own t-shirts, you can take home your very own Mole Hole merch. Now guys, the Mole Hole Micropub, there's a great music scene down there. If you love local music, go and see it. If you want to be part of a great music community, go and play. They've got open mic nights every month. Great, get yourself down there. 11 High Street,
it out.
Gravesend, DA11 0BA. Back to Michael. Right, welcome back to Continue Music. We have got Michael Lawrence right here on the beanbag, and now he's got his musical item that means the most to him, and I can see a Gibson. Is that a
Yeah.
Gibson?
Tell us
It
about
is,
your
yes.
Gibson.
Yeah, so Alex asked me to take something in for a little bit of show and tell. Naturally, it had to be this. This is a Gibson Les Paul Studio. Little story behind it. My, like I said before, like my family did work hard to support me and to supply me with instruments. My mum worked very hard to get this for me back in 2011. and she's not here anymore. I'm sad to say. So that's why it means a lot. You know, you won't see me playing this a lot on stage because I wouldn't know. I don't know what I'd do if something happened to it. I love it though. You'd think, how many gigs do you think I've played on that?
Gosh,
looking at it,
probably like hardly any, I'd imagine.
No, I'm the complete opposite. I reckon you've probably done loads because where you've been.
I thought that was how.
Where he's been.
No.
Is that where you've been picking?
yeah.
I didn't realise. I thought that's how you got it.
And then you've got like the up the top here as well. It looks like you've used it.
No, it was brand new when I got it. About less
really?
than 10 gigs. I've probably
Really?
done with it. Yeah.
Less than 10.
Yeah.
Oh, only a handful of gigs.
Yeah, but
How
you
old
can,
were you when you got it?
21.
21.
But it says a lot about the way I play. Like, it doesn't come out that often. It's already marked up like that. I love it though. I love that
It's a
thin
beautiful
paint.
guitar.
It is a lovely. I never knew you had it. Never knew you had a Gibson.
No, exactly. It doesn't come out
What
that
kind
often.
of
It's
gig
special.
would it take for you to play that again?
One where it won't get stolen.
Not the box.
Good
though.
answer that. Yeah, definitely not the box in Glasgow.
No, but that is awesome. Is that a sort of? Do you play it a lot? Generally, is it one of the guitars you'll pick at home?
Yeah, it goes to the studio a lot. A lot at home. Obviously, a gig setting. I'm sure it'll be fine. People are generally sometimes trustworthy, but
What year is that?
everybody knows. 2011.
I just love Gibsons, man. I'm a big Gibson guy.
Gotcha.
Like I've got
Yeah.
a J45 because I'm more acoustic than electric, and I know it sounds really weird, but they smell so good. You
can smell this one later.
I'll
the
give-
varnish. What smells so good? Is it the varnish?
It's-
Just like the new wood,
the wood.
It's the
isn't it?
wood. Do
Yeah.
you know what? They're all handmade Gibsons.
They're great, aren't they?
They're all handmade.
handmade. Wow. Each and every
yeah,
one.
100%. And like,
Beautiful.
that is awesome. Like honestly, thank you so much for bringing that in. We're almost done, but not quite. Michael Lawrence is going to play us out. What are you going to play for us?
Do a little bit of John Mayer, Shot in the Dark.
It's a banger.
It's a good,
banger of a
good
tune.
album.
Michael Lawrence, this has been fun.
Absolutely amazing. Without further
Yeah, man.
ado, thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you for being our first ever guest and trusting us.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Because I wouldn't probably trust us, to be quite honest.
definitely not.
But no, honestly, thank you for coming
Thank you so
in.
much.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to come in after work. You was at work today. Thank you for bringing in your Les Paul as well. It's great to see that.
Fantastic.
Michael Lawrence is going to play us out, and yeah.
To be continued.
To be continued.
See you on the other side, guys. Enjoy.
It's a hard run, loving like we do takes way too long to get over you. And remember the line we drew that called me over, and now I'm crawling through. We're searching for the night together, where we don't fall apart. Might be now and it might be never. It was only just a shot in the dark. It was only just a shot in the dark. And I wonder what it all means. Strange conversations with you in my dreams, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've loved 7 other women and they all were you. We had a run of bad romances, they always missed the mark. So come on now, take our chances. It's just another shot in the dark. It was only just a shot in the dark. I want you in the worst way. Is the gate code still your birthday? If you thought you met your Casanova and he left you with a broken heart, remember when it's done and over. It's just another another shot in the dark. It's just another shot in the dark, oh yeah.